Om Shanti. My name is Marianne. I'm based in Costa Rica in Central America, in a tropical country, beautiful. And I'm glad to share with you. I hope that you can feel the warm welcoming from here, and take this time to yourself. I want you to come with me and explore in this International Day of Women and aspects for you, because these international days are to raise the awareness of the importance that each one of us play in this society, and especially in this day, women. But I want today for you to explore within yourself these feminine capacities or qualities that are needed in these times, in these crucial times, to transform the world. We need now to see us in this as agents for transformation and for the world that we want to be in. So I invite you in this moment to relax, to breathe deeply, and to, for a while, just put aside all the ideas, projects, work, or family, and just give this time for you, for yourself. And in this time for you, connect with this part of your heart that loves the universe, that like to be connected with everyone. This part inside of you that has no fear, no discrimination, just love, just pure love. And just connect with that part inside. And in this awareness, I want to share how feminine qualities or power are definitely needed these times, when we see so much poverty and so many people affected by this virus, and in different ways, no? And one thing that it's important to connect with is our capacity to collaborate and not compete with each other. And one thing that amazed me in terms of the women role or leadership, even without having a position of leadership, is, for example, in Chile, in these times, in communities that they are very poor and that have been very much affected by this virus, women created a common pot where different people bring their own things, potato, carrots, lentils, rice, and they create a big pot where everyone can get food. And this has been a strategy being used from several years before, where there was a civil war, and so poverty was a lot, and the conditions of climate too created a lot of impact in nature, so less food. And so these kind of common pots, or how we can cooperate to each other for all the families to have enough food to eat, you know, these come from which part of the self, from which part of this feminine quality. And if you see yourself, you will see that all of us inside have something that it's invisible or incognito, that is a very powerful capacity, and is this generosity, this compassion. And when you have that, when you connect with that quality, you have another one, that is courage. The courage to do the right thing, and not just to be thinking in your own well-being, but definitely you will think in what else you can do for the rest, for others, your family, and the community, and even the world. And these simple decisions, like how can we just meet and bring a big pot and bring everything there, and everyone put whatever they have, and how can we distribute to other families? Just these small things create big impact. And in other places like Africa, women that have been victims of violence, women support each other to build their own community where they were safe, and where they support in order to stop violence, for example. And during this COVID, we have been seeing that the prime ministers in Europe, that they are female, they have the ability to listen. Where were the needs of, for example, the children? So they took time to meet with children and see what they were their fears, what they were thinking about, because that is another aspect, that is a feminine power or quality that all of us could develop, and is to be humble and be open to listen and to be empathetic with others. And this is so important in these times, because I have been working to supporting different staff and companies here as my job too. And I have been seeing the people suffering a lot, because they had, for example, one case, he had COVID. And when he expressed that to his boss, he said, oh, but who is going to finish the work that you are doing? And how are going us to do without you? So are you able to come, or you are very bad, or what happened? You cannot come to the office? And this person felt so bad, because he was feeling very sick. Even he had to be hospitalized because he was really sick. This COVID treated him very badly. And he didn't feel as treated as a human being. Like, instead of the boss asking, how are you? How can we help you? Do you have enough food? Do you have family? The boss only was thinking about the work and how he had to finish what he was doing at work, And what happened is that this person, he lived alone, and he had no one to care about him. He had to manage someone, just to ask for food, no empathy. And so that is what breaks relationships. And when we are in a situation of emergency, what we need is to embrace each one, because we need each one of us to make things move. And so we have to pay attention to relationships. And for that, we need the capacity to listen. We need the capacity to understand what the other is feeling. And that is called empathy. And that is a power. It's an internal power to be able to understand you, to be able to listen and understand your needs, and to fulfill your needs when it's the right time. No, if I'm in a position of that in work, for example. So that is another aspect of the feminine capacities of power, that it's connected with love. And sometimes in these situations, we are now living with a lot of fear. And when we have fear, we try to defend ourselves, protect ourselves, and sometimes we kind of isolate ourselves, and we feel weak. And what we need in those moments, in order to empower the self again, and of course help the rest, is to connect with that higher being, the source of love, the source of peace, and to bring that love to me. And that love, even if it's not physical love, is eternal, is pure, and can really fulfill the self, the soul, and give me the capacity to be with others and share that love too. And that power, if we all can have that power and connect with that source and share that with each other, that could bring change. You know, even in our connection with nature in these times, because sometimes we take a lot from nature, much more of what we need. But now we just need to take the least and to protect nature. Even in our center in Costa Rica, we are trying to reduce the garbage that we create, the trash, you know, and we are creating methods to just not having so much waste, you know, and to separate the organic and then the plastic and then paper, and really using the least or very small quantity, you know, because that is another aspect, is to care. And when you care of little things, you care about everything that exists in this universe, you care about you care about everything. That is what is going to build. What is amazing is that we have been seeing that whatever is happening in whatever country, even in a small island, can affect everyone. So in a way, it's happening to all of us. So we are all connected. We are all a family. And our connection is from soul to soul. We are all spiritually connected. So if we understand the need of caring, or the care of everyone into everything, then you are going to develop that inner capacity. And so all of this inner capacity that I'm talking about to you, we are calling that feminine powers. And this develop when we pay attention to use them and to express them and to connect with that goodness inside of us. And I remember a story when I was being trained in my profession to accompany women that were victims of violence, and they were survivors of abuse and different things. One professor told me, you know that you are not helping them, you are not more powerful of them, you're just a company, because if they were able to survive those situations, the most severe situations, means that they are very powerful. And you just have to remind them and to accompany them in that journey. And you know, that always stayed on me because I was feeling that I was more powerful because I didn't experience those situations, you know, so I can help you. But in this sense, when you have been facing very difficult situations and you were able to overcome them, that means that you are powerful. And you just need that kind of support and remind yourself that you can do it. And in this sense, we are not making us dependent to each other, but interdependent. So we collaborate, we have compassion, we have love, but we know that each human being has power, each human being has value, and that everyone counts in this world, and that everyone is needed in order to make this world better, and that each one idea counts too. So in order to have that inclusiveness, we need a very big heart and acceptance, and not this habit of being very critical or judgmental for the ideas that are different of mine, or to kind of defend always my position, but just to be able to understand different perspectives and embrace them. Even if we are not agreed completely, we can at least to share different perspectives and be able to accommodate them and even to build together. You know, in order to build something, we need different materials, different expertise or specialities. So we are building a new reality, and everything it's needed for that new reality. It's not just a work of just one person, it's the work of every one of us. So in this sense, this quality of love, inclusiveness, is part of what we need to develop and acknowledge to create a new reality. And I want to do an experience with you to go inside and continue with this inner reflection. So I will suggest you to sit comfortable, to breathe deeply, and for a while, just imagine that your mind is like a sky, is a blue sky, is free from thoughts, is absolutely free, no influence, no noise, just sound, free from sound, and it's silence and peace. And remember when you were a little baby and you have not learned fear, not learned this mind and yours. You were just free to love. You were pure. You were joyful and had this capacity of learn from everything. You were curious to know about everything around you, and you loved even small and simple things. that capacity to love with a pure heart, where you embrace everyone without fear, with trust. That capacity to trust came from that purity, and that comes from the soul, from your own divinity that has been always been there in you, because you are that divine self. And that divinity connects with a higher source of love that is always available. I just need to feel the right to take love, to take that pure energy, like a sweet and soft embrace of love. That comes from God, from the Supreme Being. And allow yourself to love, big love to yourself, to everyone, to the universe. Just love. Feel that your heart is becoming so big that the entire world can be embraced by you. What a beautiful feeling. Now you can see yourself again, see how you are. Again, you can breathe deeply. And I invite you to take just 1 or 2 points of what you just have heard that maybe inspire you. And I invite you to do at least one small act from your heart today or now. Just small thing that could create a difference. So nice to meet you, all of you, and for the opportunity to share with all of you. Lots of love from Costa Rica. All the best.